Let's see.
Is it on?
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay. This was my project. The announcement, the envelopes, the thank you, the envelopes. This was the job of hell. But we made it through it. We still all love each other.
All right. Looks awesome. Hi, Jesse. How are you? Is that good, huh? You need a haircut? Yeah. About an hour and a half. Oh, and you know when that red light's on? That's a pretty good sign that there's something serious going on. And who's this guy right here?
Eric.
Eric. Nice to meet you, Eric. Well, we're just having a little bit of fun. For these two idiots.
Idiots.
Okay, what do you get called? Oh, I might be me. Okay. She's having fun now. Oh, we got that. That was nice. We got that. And there we have Joey. And he's having a little chat with Cheryl. And she's puzzled over life. You can marinate too there, Jess. Oh, that sucks.
You got your clothes. Sweaties because Jesse doesn't know how to push that red button that says record.
You mean that?
Movie, you know, once you do something crazy and wild, and they would, man, they'd really,
They'd whip them out, man.
yeah. At the club,
Where's this?
at the underground, we brought one of those in there one time, and we're like, we just thought it'd be a cool thing. Maybe we'd score or something. I don't know.
There was a girl that was wearing a skirt,
so we
skirt and nothing else. Had had a video camera with us.
Yeah, we're like, well, we're making a little
Close it up.
documentary, you know, and they're like, why don't you show us something? You know?
battery.
I'd be like, really?
Yeah, it's
People get drunk, they get crazy. They just, especially places
I've
like
never
that.
noticed that about people.
That's for the obvious. That's what they call me.
This thing's a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
It was the max.
You can watch it back on
But you could be spinning it like this. Yeah.
Push up on it, see what happens.
Somebody's gonna.
Can we move the camera and I'll run?
Jared and Chad. Sit right there. We can tape the whole thing.
I'll give you the tapes and then you can just put them all together.
Oh yeah, no. But I mean,
They'll
He'll
take
make
them
a
off.
video
You're right, that is
out of
weird.
everything that we record. Because there's an episode. I work for my dad.
there's
That's job security.
But he's getting ready to fire. That's Joe's getting ready to fire his dad.
but no.
You gotta put him on a little package, Dad.
We do good together. But I listen to all the stories that Matt and my dad were. And my Is this right? Fuck, I go in there in the wintertime, they got these $2 silver out, they have it taped off in the garage, they're lagging for nickels.
You did used to do that. You tell me about that.
They would lag for nickels.
Well, they moved up to quarters eventually.
Quarters didn't last that long.
Matt had come home and he blew in his room.
Yeah.
Your shop?
Yeah.
Which one? The one
And
on
then it was betting on the
Oh, these
guy.
that one's
Where we
over
talk
there.
7-Eleven.
Tell them about the Price is Right.
It's like you're getting kind of low there,
Price is
Cheryl.
Right, I've heard those stories. But then
That's
it
the
was,
funniest thing, right?
You need another beer.
it was the guy, let's bet how many times
Well, we won't show it
he
all,
looks
and we can
across
fix
the
it.
street before he crosses it. No, the guy,
I'll show you the last
that
trip
right?
water skiing.
Yeah,
And
he had some kind of problem upstairs. He carried this little Playmate cooler, and he'd walk on the balls of his feet, and he'd always
he's probably
he'd always
obsessive.
like
He's
walk
probably
4 or 5
obsessive
steps.
compulsive
He was
disorder or something.
he was paranoid. Actually, because he'd walk 4 or 5 steps, and then he'd look behind him, and then he'd walk, and then he'd look behind him, and then he'd push his, and he'd walk, and he would, sometimes, I caught him one time, he was crossing the street, and he was just screaming profanity at somebody.
Yeah,
I don't
doesn't
know
everyone
why,
do
and
that?
this guy was like, what the heck's wrong with this guy? So then, one day we set up the truck where it was at the end of the radiator shop, and I'm sitting in the truck, I'm kind of ducked down, and what he would do is he would always stop at the curb, and he would look and he would stare. I mean, he'd go and stare and stare, and then he started walking across the street, and I honked that horn, and he just took off. He took off. Oh, it was mean.
There's some pretty funny stories.
It was funny. Yeah, we used to play The Price is Right, and we got on the showcases at the end of the day. And we used to bet
Every
$1.
morning, every morning.
We used to bet $1. And
On the
you either,
showcase.
yeah,
I remember this.
You either
your
you either win $2 or you tie. So then
You don't have time
we
now.
upped
Is that
it
your
to
dad?
$5. And then
Yeah,
I started
that's it,
winning
okay.
so many times
You guys are right.
that he quit. I was like, okay, you're paying for my lunch today, tomorrow, the next day. I don't have to pack my lunch for another 4 or 5 months. And he used to get so mad about losing, and we'd write down how much I made. And it was like a supplemental income.
Well, he told me, he said when you guys first started,
Tax-free.
that, you know, you guys go on, itemize everything that went on the showcase, and then
He
he'd ask
cheated the
you,
first time.
he asked
First
you,
time we
well, how much are you going to
That's what I
bid?
remember.
Well, you know, 20,550. He said, well, I'll do 20,551.
Yeah, and actually what happened was the first time that we played, he did that. He asked me how much, and then I saw him change it, and then I didn't catch on what's going on, and I ended up winning. He cheated, and then I made me mad, and then we'd always do this. And we would look forward to it every day. 10 minutes to 11, you gotta stop.
Get pissed off when people.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys would get- if a
phone
customer
would-
came in,
when
you'd
the
be
phone
like-
would ring and the customer would come, we'd charge them more money. extra $5 because they wasted
Because
our
they
time.
screwed up your prices right time.
Price is Right. We got on the showcases.
Oh, really?
Well, there was a Lagan too on that,
Yeah.
Lagan, and then there was Gary.
Oh
buddy.
yeah.
You
Hi
saw-
George.
He worked for his uncle
Yeah.
radiator shop.
He used to come in and always ask for money. And you remember Bill Brown? He was actually the guy that put in
The
the
exhaust system.
ventilation system. Well, one time your dad wasn't there, and I was working on a radiator, and he's coming in there. He's working up, and Gary walks in. And he's like, "Hi, George," and he's like, "Where's George?" And I was like, "He's not here." And think you can spare a cup, you know, like a couple quarters for a cup of coffee? And I was like, "Okay, Gary." And I give him a couple of quarters. He walks right out, walks in the opposite direction. It doesn't even go to 7-Eleven. And Bill Brown, he looks
that's
out the door and he
everybody
goes, "He must not
You're in
like the
trouble.
coffee at
Put his
7-Eleven."
ash on the floor.
He thought that was so funny.
I thought it was
The
always
radiator shop days.
a big deal to
Those were the
scare
days.
everyone.
Didn't you guys like
So-
right in the middle of a? I'm sorry.
And, you know, buy whatever and come back. And this one time my dad jumped into the flush booth. And he thought, well, when Matt comes through the door, I'm going to scare him. So he jumps into the flush booth, door opens, and he goes, "Ah!" And this Mexican guy goes, "Ah!" It wasn't Matt.
Oh my
It was
god.
a customer that walked through the door. Remember that?
That wasn't me. That was a young helper that used to come. The kid used to walk by during school, and then your dad employed him for a little bit. Some young kid that was there before I did, and he told me that story, and I would just laugh and laugh. Hey, Michelle, what am I doing? And he took off. Didn't even come back.
Anyone know any good jokes?
Who I am?
You must.
Oh, go ahead. No.
Are they racist? I don't want to hear it.
Well, then we don't want to hear them. Just try that, man. Yeah,
Last time
let's
Matt
see.
got out of line.
See how far you get with that.
You're gonna have to tell some more. I think I screwed
Six
up.
balls and screws the floor.
Stitches.
Say that. What's that?
This excursion was really good.
Well, what happened to the short hair? I was kind of waiting to see.
No.
Jeff was by?
Huh?
Jeff was by?
Come on, model for us. Model for us.
He's probably the other one. He's probably the other one.
Don't even go there. He will.
Hey, Mark.
Mark, there's Matt.
Hey, Mark, get a serious face of you.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Mark looks miserable. He had some
This is the party at, this is the bachelor party at Matt's wedding.
Yeah, Matt's drinking water.
I don't have to drink to have a fun time.
I got H2O with a slice of lime. I spiced it up with a slice of lime. Lemon. Right.
So Chad, when you get married again? Oh man.
Don't bring up any arguments.
Oh, you didn't hear him.
This firecracker.
I saw him run out the corner of my eye.
Have a drink,
I
Chad.
didn't believe a word of it.
That's not strong.
Oh, but he was so cool though because he actually sounded pretty cool about it. We were talking about it later. So he probably did the same thing. He was just being cool.
I'm coming to your house.
I got gallons of this stuff. When she makes it in the gallon form. This stuff is nitrous. It's like, woo! It wakes you up. Mom, I think you need to.
Hurry, get coffee.
I have an
This is such a boring
I have an
party.
interesting story to tell. It was at the bachelor party. It was last week, and there was 5 of us, I believe, that went along. Well, of course, well we go. There was overindulgence that night. It's just drinking, but we went to this topless bar, and you know the traditional thing, you know the guy gets up on stage, they call me on stage, and they sit me in this chair.
I thought you were talking about it was a
Yeah,
guy
well,
topless.
actually they didn't tie me to this chair, but I just had my hands down like this, and there was like five or six of these dancers around me, and they took out these markers, they took my shirt off, one girl's wearing it, and they started just marking all over my body. I had like body by blood, and I love guys was written on my neck. I
No,
had
you
so,
had lips on your neck.
I thought you said,
Oh, it was lips.
I had like wax me and stuff like that. So then what happened was I knew that somebody was telling me that what they do is they'll dance for you and then you sit and then you have to dance for them. So I kind of knew that in the back of my head. So after they got through marking all over my body with these markers, and they took a couple of pictures, and then they go, now Matt's gonna dance for us. And I knew it was gonna happen, so I just throw my chair up and I start dancing. I go over this pole, I grab the pole, I was like, I don't know that much, but I'm gonna hook this pole and I'm gonna swing all the way from the top to the bottom. And I did it, all these guys were they're just screaming and yelling. And then these two girls came up and gave me money. These 2 girls came up and gave me money, and I was just dancing. I was just like, I just need to just take light of this situation. And just, I had everybody. It was fun.
And how much did you have to drink?
How much did I have? A lot.
So you were really dancing good.
I didn't wake up. Hey,
You didn't want me to
How
see
come we
the
didn't have this
markers.
camera then? I'd have brought it down. They didn't allow cameras in there.
No.
Thought the girls would
I
want it.
Got into bed and had the.
I came in and
Sheet
Jesse,
right up
well,
on it.
I came in and my brother and this other guy that was in there was like, you want me to take your shirt off? Why don't you take your shirt off?
Well, I could
But
see
I
the
wanted to-
red on his chest.
I wanted to wait until the next morning and have her wake up and like freak. What's on that right? But I ended up taking off my shirt, of course, just going to bed. I had the sheets all the way up. I never have sheets.
Yeah, he's usually kicked everything
So you know what
off.
she does? She comes in
With
she
the air
puts mine
conditioning on.
What's that?
Well, I knew he was trying to hide something. I wouldn't know what it was. I thought it was something much worse than markers.
Oh yeah, it was just markers. It's actually pretty easy to do.
I thought maybe it was a tattoo or
hickeys.
piercing.
I would have been busted.
Smiley face, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Busted. That's so I would have loved to see that kind of dance.
Me too.
Get this boogie on.
Me too.
They wanted to move me out outside sales and management.
For sure.
They offered me management once, to be a manager of the floor. They offered me less money than Marty made. It's like, what
For management,
yeah.
that kind of
I was
cool.
like, well, I'm gonna work till 7 o'clock at night, and the weekends I'm in for.
I thought it was on camera.
So
There's something about when you're on camera and you're sitting there going,
So I think I'm moving outside sales.
and we can back it up and play it right now so you can see how good you really are.
I can't remember.
What are you doing?
Chad Pro drinking
I'm
beer.
working at an auto body shop actually.
I think we got him
Pro
pretty.
drinking beer.
We still got somebody to run this stupid thing.
Next month.
What is that?
August 27th.
That's some milk?
There's
It's a mudslide.
I've already taken
But it's too strong.
I've already taken a CPR first aid
I don't
class,
like
and
it.
I'm certified to
I
that.
don't drink that much, so I don't like it.
I think so. I want to check it
You
out.
going
I
out
wanna
with
check out
him?
the EMT course. It's an 8-credit class, and it's only one
That's
semester.
got to be hard. So what?
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore, but you'll get a national
I can drive
certification.
automatic.
So I want to see if
I can drive automatic.
Well, you have to have the stomach for that.
You know it. I wouldn't have a problem with it, seriously.
I got a problem with other people driving my truck.
I see little kids in an accident.
Got a problem with the streets.
Hey, these streets are. There's Mark.
Well, listen, you've been married for 8 or 9 months now. Give us some words of wisdom to the camera.
There you go. Yeah, I'm jealous. Hey, Mark, say something.
Sexy clothes on.
No fighting allowed.
Okay, that's what we were looking for.
No fighting allowed.
That's called end of the relationship. Can you see? She's not talking.
We've only been together 2.3 months.
Hey, at least it's not 3.
Can't disclose.
Oh, come on.
Talk to you in 6.
Just a little bit.
What?
Skitters.
Talk to you in 6? Yeah.
Skitters. Jared's got the Skitters.
Boring.
Seriously?
Yeah. I've only been there for about 3. I wasn't there for 3 months. Actually,
10 o'clock.
Is that the one downtown?
no, it's on Montebello and Academy.
It's like Ultra Mall.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I know right where they are. I didn't realize that's where they were, but.
They used to be downtown,
That's why.
but that was like 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Brain fade.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
Step up.
For the guy, if you snore, just don't go. Okay? Just not that.
Wait, give the girl advice again. He didn't
Okay, Mark, I think she's going there
Wear
somewhere with this
sexy
comment.
clothes
Like what?
and
What kind of sexy clothes? What do they look like?
pretty.
Well, what's pretty?
Pretty on you. Whatever
What's
looks
pretty?
pretty on you.
Dental floss looks
If
good.
nothing looks pretty on you, then we're nothing.
Then we're getting a divorce.
Okay.
Well, the good news is they've lived together for a few
Okay,
months.
something that guys really like, that major thing you never most forget is back scratches in the night before sleep.
What if they fart though?
These are,
Yeah, they're supposed to pull the covers up over your head and chair. That's a real turn off.
no, you have to separate the sheet and put the wind on your face. The fan. Right on your face.
No, I always thought you were supposed to pull the cover up over her head and hold her close so you can share.
Not a good thing. Especially when they're doing the protein stuff. Creatine, protein powder, chicken.
Aren't you both doing that right now?
She knows all about that.
Yeah.
You gotta let
If you
me
know
use
all
this
about that, you're good.
Tonight?
She's drinking any protein.
Yep.
I have a protein.
I can get some real good footage.
No, I
I
haven't.
don't think protein affects women the same way it does men.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I have a,
That's
You're
a
making
good
people sick when you spin it that fast.
I won't talk.
Oh,
We need directions.
I'm a special situation.
31st Street.
31st.
31st. And
Go to Garden of the Gods Road till it dead ends, turn left. And drop down, that's 31st. Flying W. Old wedding bells? Or are you using new ones?
Well, you just started recording, so you might want to repeat your question.
Okay. Are you gonna use the old wedding bells or the new ones?
That's why I'm like I was telling you.
Well, they're certainly not traditional, but they're, I guess I'd say they might be contemporary. But they say the same thing. You know,
No,
like
no.
I gotta hang with him.
It's better to record it. It's better to record it when they're.
sick and when he's
smells better.
The old ones are funnier to record because you always get a rise out of the women to love, honor, and obey.
Yeah, no, there ain't no obey in our vows.
Well, I had arm wrestling, but I won, and this was the deal.
Took him down.
Well,
Larry's cool.
That's fine. He gets Woodrow too. Go a little bit.
She's so great.
Yeah, there you
All right, what do you want? A 1, 2, 3, or okay, you ready?
check out that guy. Yeah, I like it.
Mark, stop chewing the gum.
All right, look this way.
Oh, that's cute.
Wow.
That's
I got a couple of white.
Yeah, one of them was really intense. I think mine. What's that? Because these are the guys that I didn't go to high school with. But I was the father coach. I was the one who said they were idiots.
Picture of you and Matt and Jesse. Matt and Jesse and Larry.
Me and the judge. And I get to be in the middle. Drop the can. Well, no, I didn't mean it quite that
Are
way.
you taping us to take your picture of
Yes, drop the pin. Here are the guys.
lined up?
Well, I can go get one like some next thing you know, my dad's 24. If that's an egg,
There's some in that bag up there.
just one. Yeah, we'll share it. We're taking the national.
Are we doing more beer?
I have a tab open right now. I can keep it open if you like. Or see the same, maybe close it.
You get another beer? I'm not gonna get it. But I was gonna ask you if you could get those home in North Carolina.
You know what? I better have.
We don't have any chino. No cappuccino.
Oh, that's. You know what we can do? Go to Starbucks. Right.
Don't lean in. Don't like go down like that, cute. And I was fine. Then I got home and I barely had enough time to throw up one more time. Wash my mouth out and just crash. And then I didn't see Jesse the next day. Jesse and I were roommates. I didn't see him. Oh yeah. Right when I got it, I just started spinning. So then the next day in the evening, I saw Jesse. He comes home from work. I was like, yeah, I got pretty hammered last night. He said, you got pretty hammered. I was like, how do you know? I didn't even see you. He's like, the front door was open and unlocked. I was like, oh. The guy, when he left my house, he left it unlocked and open. I was like, oh man. Yeah, and I felt, you know, I didn't have really much stomach problems, but I moved really slow. And this was the day the city wanted to go all around town and look at armoires and stuff like that. And I was like, just treat me like I'm a 90-year-old man. It'll be fun. I was moving so slow. She's like, come on. She's waiting for me. And then finally we were looking around. We found something, came back to the house. And I'm sitting there on the couch. And I have the remote in my hand because I was flipping channels. And then I have a drink that she gave. And I'm just sitting here like this. I'm watching TV, and I'm so relaxed, but I'm so tired, and I don't want to move. That I sat there for like 30 minutes. She's like, "You can put the remote down." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
How about taking a nap? I think I told you to take a nap.
Well, they can start it all over again.
Yeah, last week or a couple weeks ago was the first time I've ever had a hangover.
Man, I did. Oh,
That was pretty much the first one that I had. And in the middle of that whole episode, it was my turn to buy a round. And
I think I've done it
I
twice.
reached in my wallet and I looked. I was like, "There's no money." He goes, "Why don't you check your front pocket?" This whole wad of my. I go, "Oh, okay." I whipped out like $15 and put it down there, and I thought that was barely enough to pay for 2 drinks. I came back, I stumbled back, and there's like $10 sitting there. I was like, "What's that from?" He's like, "The drinks were $2.50 a piece." I was like, "Oh, okay." I had no concept of what was going on. I had to totally concentrate to walk to the bathroom, to come back, and while I'm
Puking stories.
While I'm sitting there, I'm bracing myself, going to the bathroom.
Aren't you glad that's
And then
on
I
tape?
heard about it for quite a while. You know, I knew
about it forever.
on New Year's, I was at, we went to, Widener's had this big bash. Well, my folks have given me this watch for Christmas, and it's a diver's watch too, so Doug Widener's wrists are about like this. So he pops the thing, and I go, oh yeah, you know, and I'm about half lit. I'm going, oh, just flip that other thing, and I flip it, right? And he puts it on, it fits perfect, and he's going, oh yeah, this worked pretty good. It took me literally 15 minutes sitting there, like, you really start to feel like an idiot, and I couldn't get it on, and I'm, you know, finally Doug goes, click, click, you know, I'm going, it's like, it's amazing what happens to you when you get,
Oh, man. Inebriated.
I'm glad I don't do that very often, because you think, now that's pretty simple That stuff. was, I mean, that was no fun. I didn't touch the drop for like the next 2 months. I didn't even.
Well, that's a good sign.
I didn't even want.
He's gonna make somebody sick.
The guy that's gonna edit. What the heck was he doing?
How's your buddy?
He's doing all right.
Hey Eric, what happened to my? Weren't you gonna give me a drink? All these stories about drinking.
Yeah, sorry. What is your rum and coke? Is that what you wanted? Or?
He wanted a glass of rum.
He's got one water.
Did you ask for something or did?
Yeah, you don't remember?
Yeah, didn't you hear him?
You want?
Did you remember mine?
I'm sorry, guys.
Dating you, Eric?
That's,
No, I'm joking.
I'm insensitive. Like that's why I don't joke. I lose the number, or I forget to call him, or I don't get him a drink when I'm supposed to.
Just insensitive.
Very self-absorbed.
Just a piece
As long as I got my hair, I could just really
You look
give
good,
a
though.
shit, you know.
Well, you know, and that's when everything will go right for you.
Really.
Oh, quick, get that guy.
Yeah, I get Chad's beer though.
Yeah, you remember Chad?
Remember Chad? This is Chad. Chad Crow. Yep.
Mr. Crow, the never.
You know Matt Miller that you were, you know.
Well, don't say the guy that never calls
Did I
back.
tell you that?
What?
You were
He does call back.
We used to be the same height.
Unlike some people.
He grew something.
How was I?
They had a
Keeps growing, really.
they had a
Energizer.
It's just
videographer
Energizer.
at the wedding, right? Videotaping the wedding.
You're a lot taller than I am, man. You're like an inch taller.
Jess, you can, you know, don't have hair going.
Maybe it's your turn. Maybe it's that big.
Hey, we're still on the same tape, buddy.
I think we're gonna end up editing all of his jerk moves.
There we have the troops coming in. Say hi to the camera, guys. Give us a big smile. There's the big smile. And there's Mark.
This guy bought our house.
You're gonna love that.
He bought the house, another Crest house. When I used to live there.
Yeah, go for it.
That's real Cindy.
Okay.
We got one more.
We're the crowd. We got a. There we go. We got them all.
Are these friends?
Boy, what a silly looking crowd. Okay. There we go.
You might want to tell
Wave to your fans.
About my bribe, yesterday Cindy's got a student loan, 15 grand. I told her I'd pay it off, buy her a new car, whatever she wanted. If she just forget this. My mother-in-law tried that on me. Forced the woman to
I'm not nearly feeling as bad.
I know. Everybody starts looking at each other like, okay.
Yeah, we're ready for somebody to say something cool.
Something cool.
I think Jared should get on the table and start dancing.
Okay, here we go.
that I sent home with him.
Why don't we stand on that side first?
Over here.
Yeah, you can give him a piece, Cindy. And
Yeah, we're trying to figure this out. You know, there is rocket science here. Morris, give him a hand.
By the angle of elevation by the hypotenuse times the.
And we know they're in
It just
trouble.
comes right out.
just need enough for a bite.
Okay, smell what we're gonna get.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Nobody saw that, right?
Oh, she's gonna be nice about it. You mean?
Yeah, she did.
Here, we need a different piece.
Here, let me get one with a lot of frosting.
Get her good, man.
Miller named Justice, come on.
He's a savage. He's being a good guy.
You girls stay right there, girls, please.
I know. Well, they had good.
Oops, wrong way. Okay, Matt, turn around, give us a little wave.
Tara.
Okay, don't. Okay, be that way. Okay, Matt.
Thanks for giving us your attention.
Yeah.
Well, I need,
Cindy Bacon.
you know who he is?
Jared just wants the cake. Oops. Shirley, and wave to the camera. Don't leave the camera. Wave to the camera. Waving by. Hi, Mom.
Oh, sure. Hi, Mr. Man.
Should I go like Jesse?
I'll tell you what Jesse did. I was looking at some of the things the other night on that film. You're going to get sick. He was moving. It'll be illness.
Chad and Terry.
Is it good?
There's Mark and Yuma.
Should I write my name?
Striking a pose.
Okay.
There's my honey.
I love you. He's not my boyfriend now, he's my husband. We got it married. Here's some more. How many more do we need?
Look who did that. My honey did that. Wrote it on the bottom part of the wedding cake.
Oh, he's for posterity, Patty.
Well, you gotta have a little bit of fun, don't you?
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
I'll tell you what.
You're talking to a man that's probably gonna be on the bread line another 30 days, so
Yeah.
be nice to him.
So, it's one of those things, you know, that this is probably did all the printing in the...
You know, Larry, you were right. Your hair is really
It
thinning.
is receding. See how that is?
We've talked about that.
Give me that camera. Let me show you. I'll show you receding.
You know it. Doing a little gift opening.
You just walk in.
Yeah.
I go to that one that we look at all the time.
Yeah. Well, you know, if Jeannie's going to babysit, maybe we could just meet over at her house some more.
Okay, Matt, read the whole card to us. Now, who's that from?
The toaster. This one is from Dale.
Mine's from the coast.
I don't think I want to.
Oh, really? It is.
Hey,
Is that Whistler
is
Ranch?
that a
That's
good
like-
guess or what?
That was a good guess.
So this is a toaster.
I haven't seen you for a year, I think.
Probably. It depends on if you want an area like this, if you want to be a kid in the area. It's beautiful.
Okay, who's it from?
Depends on if you want them.
Jeannie and George.
Oh, Jeannie, I got you there. There's Jeannie. And here's the top of Jeannie's head. There's Jeannie's hair. Okay, we always do Jeannie's hair.
Popcorn, Pop. That's
You gotta open it up.
I know.
It's not?
That's not what it is. Biscuit girl? This is what
That's what
we need somebody else to do that.
So that's what I want to know. That's what I want to have all my ideas together.
All the way to
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, really?
Oh, hi, we're your neighbors.
Oh, well, I got a nice picture of the plant.
Doesn't everybody who comes to know you?
Thanks for showing us.
Where's the little girls?
We're going to have to go buy winter coats. Oh,
Wow, thank you.
Oh, really good.
Oops, I gotta find it. There we go. Isn't that cool? And who's that from?
Chad Terry.
Cool. Oops. Okay, Chad, don't be cleaning your hair. They're actually kind of cool sitting here.
This is from Jared and Deb.
Ooh. That is.
Yeah, take that. Yeah, take that.
The ones that used to talk to you?
Smell them already?